on Craats for fueling innovation, economic growth and cohesion. And as I think you know, we've got quite a full program and a lot of things we'd like to talk to you about before 2:30 in the afternoon. But first of all, I'd really like to thank Mrs. Carvalho for giving us this opportunity to come here and for hosting us. And I think I would love for her to give us the opening speech today. Thank you very much.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by welcoming you to the European Parliament and by saying that it's with a great honor for me to have been invited to host this lunch and this discussion. I would also like to express my gratitude to our co-hosts from Photonics 21 and different colleagues from the European Parliament and Commission and researchers that have found the time in their schedules to attend this event. The purpose of this lunch is to debate the importance of key enabling technologies for fueling innovation, economic growth and cohesion in Europe. Let me first outline something of the importance of the Craats before going to consider the possible synergies that can be created between Horizon 2020 and the structural funds. I shall finish this brief introduction with a call from the heart regarding the importance of ensuring that European research and innovation is granted an adequate funding for the forthcoming budget in the period 2014-2020. With regard to the importance of the key enabling technologies, indeed, they have a central role to play in research and innovation, and that is well described in our proposal of Horizon 2020. Although they have been placed initially in the second pillar of Horizon 2020, the industrial leadership, they are expected to play a significant role in all the pillars, both in excellence, in Pillar 1, where we have a number of calls, on bottom-up calls in what we call the FEST, the Future Emerging Science and Technologies, where, in my opinion, Craats can be further developed. And also in Pillar 3, the societal challenge, the Craats, the key enabling technologies, are of central importance in tackling the different societal challenge with which we are currently confronted. So we expect Craats to be completely horizontal to Horizon 2020, not only in the industrial competitiveness, but also in Pillar 1 and in Pillar 3. Turning now to the question that I was asked to elaborate a little bit on the synergies between Horizon 2020 and the structural funds, let me first give you an idea of the state of play with regard of Horizon 2020, the European Parliament. As probably some of you have followed the discussions, we have yesterday discussed in ITRE the compromise amendment. So we have, as you know, November last year proposal of the Commission. In spring we have placed our reports. After we had in June the amendments from all our colleagues. As you know, we have 6 reports. My own report, the one that I'm rapporteur, is the specific program of Horizon 2020. My report had more than 900 amendments, but altogether the 6 reports had more than 4,000 amendments. Now we are working all together, as probably you know, the 6 rapporteurs. But mainly, I'm working closely with we have the shadows meetings together, the technical meetings together with the report of Madame Teresa Riera Madurell, that is the general framework of Horizon 2020. And we are also working very close with the rules of participation. And after with the other three, the two EITs and the nuclear research. So we have all of us prepare our compromise amendments. Our colleagues have these compromise amendments. For example, in my report I've prepared 27 compromise amendments. And we had the discussion yesterday on ITRE, and the vote is foreseen for in ITRE on the 28th of November. We don't have major disagreements. We have closed most of the topics. There are small things that needs to be finished, like the open access to data, where better place science for society, if it's pillar 1 or pillar 3, so small things like that. So we have an overall agreement if we have adequate budget, because if we have a cut in budget, there we will start disagreeing where to cut. But I will mention budget in the end. But we have, for example, an overall agreement in the synergies between Horizon 2020 and the structural funds. I'm the author of a set of amendments. I have included my report, but I have placed these amendments in all the other 5 reports, maybe 4 reports, not so much in the rules of participation, where I suggest some ways to connect Horizon 2020 and structural funds. In my opinion, Horizon 2020, structural funds should have upstream and downstream Horizon 2020, upstream capacity building, helping to create the conditions for industry and the research groups and the universities become competitive, that they can apply for Horizon 2020. During the projects they can co-finance, because we have adopted this idea of multi-fund approach to have projects that can be financed from different funds, European funds and national funds. And downstream, the structural funds can help to commercialize, to help the entrance to the market of results that have been developed under Horizon 2020. For example, financing industrial demonstration, technological development, financing startups, the commercialization of results obtained during Horizon 2020. We have also suggested different ways to combine the two funds. For example, to give seal of excellence in some of the mechanisms that we have in Horizon 2020, like the European Research Council, like the Marie Curie, excellence proposals that are classified excellence but that do not have funding because the fund is not enough. If they have this seal of excellence, could in a certain way, in an automatic way, be financed by the structural funds if the region that they come from has structural funds available. So there are some amendments that we have included, and there is an overall agreement of the different groups on these amendments. The Craats is an area that can benefit from these synergies, because all the technological readiness levels, we can combine Horizon 2020 and the structural funds, for example, for the demonstration projects that Craats are so important. Usual demonstration projects are very expensive and we cannot use only one fund. We have to combine the Horizon 2020, the regional funds, private funds, some other funds available, project bonds, so in order to be able to finance these industrial demonstrations that we are so much in need in Europe. So to conclude, let me say some words about the next budget. I just came out of a meeting of my political group devoted to budget, and for us it's very clear that the proposal that the Council will come out in the November meeting on the 22nd and 23rd of November is not going to be the final decision. For the Parliament, what will come out of the Council meeting on the 22nd and 23rd of November is a negotiable position of the Council to be negotiated with the Parliament. Because since the Lisbon Treaty, we have enhanced powers on the budget, and the next MFF, the multi-annual framework, the multi-annual budget needs to be approved by the Parliament. So in the news and some member states, heads of governments are saying that they want to conclude the negotiations in the Council in November. What they will conclude is their negotiation position to negotiate with the Parliament, because we have a say in the budget. And we are discussing among our political group to discuss after with the different groups the possibility, if we do not have a budget that fulfills our ambition, that is adequate to what we think Europe requires to get out of the crisis, like the project